Hello, this is Candy with eyes2jesus.blogspot.com, and today is pizza night, so I thought you could join us while we make homemade pizza for supper. What I've already done to get started is I set the oven to preheat at 500 degrees, and I have buttered 2 large pizza pans. And my daughter Rachel here is going to help me, and we're going to get this pizza made. Alright, but first I'm going to go ahead and just dump the ingredients for the crust into this mixer bowl and get the dough mixed up. And then she's going to help me get the dough rolled out and pizza shaped and all nice and neat. So I got here in my mixer bowl 1.5 cups of warm water. To that warm water I'm going to add 1.5 tablespoons of yeast. And then I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of honey, which will take a minute. And I like to use pure raw honey as well. Oh, Rachel, can you please let our dog in? I see our dog standing at the door asking to come in. And she always makes the cutest faces when she's asking to come in. Okay? And then we need 1 teaspoon of salt, and I like to use sea salt. And then we're going to need to start off with about 4 cups of flour. Could be flour of your choice. We have a family member with certain grain sensitivities, so we're just going to do white flour tonight because everybody in the family can handle white flour. So 4 cups of flour. In my case, I am doing white flour. It is fun sometimes to mix it up and do like half spelt and half buckwheat, but tonight we're going to just go ahead and do white. Alright, now I am going to use the dough hook attachment on my KitchenAid mixer. Get all this mixed together. If it's too wet, then I'll add a bit more flour. If it's too dry, I'll add a bit more water. And then I'm going to let it do its thing until it's a beautiful ball of dough. And I'll show you that ball of dough once it's ready. Alright, so the dough is all mixed and kneaded in my KitchenAid mixer. And I guess the ingredients were just right today because I didn't need to add any more flour. I didn't need to add any more water. Just took a few minutes to mix everything together and knead it into this beautiful dough ball. Alright, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take my favorite olive oil. I love this olive oil. And I'm just going to put some on top of the dough ball. Now, my daughter and I removed any jewelry and we washed our hands because this is about to get hands-on. So I'm just rubbing oil all around this dough ball. There, so now the dough ball is coated in olive oil and is all shiny. I'm now going to divide this into 2 equal pieces, which usually never comes out equal, but that's okay. Homemade means it's not perfect, and that's part of the charm of homemade. So divide it into 2 equal-ish portions. Looking kind of equal-ish. Now, did you want to get out and use the rolling pin, or do you want to do this just by your hands?
I want to use the rolling pin, it's helpful.
Okay. Alright, so let's set out some parchment paper, and let's use a French rolling pin.
Yeah, the handles make it.
Yeah, and we're going to use a French rolling pin. Alright, so I just laid out some parchment paper on the counter, and my daughter got out our Ooh La La French rolling pin. So I'm grabbing one of the dough balls randomly. So if she says I gave her less dough, it was not on purpose. And we're going to just pop this dough ball down on this parchment paper. And, ooh, wait a minute, we need to get some flour. Okay, because even though we got it oiled, we're going to want some flour too. Otherwise, we're going to have a sticky situation. So I'm just going to grab a random measuring cup and put a bit of flour in it so that we can grab some flour in there with our hands and not contaminate anything. Alright, so let's get a good 3-finger pinch of flour. Just going to spread it out here on our glorious parchment paper. Alright, and then let's get the dough ball that I am again randomly grabbing. Alright, and it's a good ball shape. Let's pop it down. Sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle.
I can sprinkle.
Okay, and why don't you start getting this rolled out?
Alright, I'm going to put a little more right around the top.
Okay.
And the side. Because it's annoying when it sticks. Okay.
And while you're doing that, I am going to wash my dough hook.
It's stuck to the picture paper.
Lift.
Ah.
Okay. Now, pop over here. All right, and now she is going to work on shaping the crust, flattening out a bit more, and shaping it to the large pizza pan. And while she's working on that, I'm going to get some more flour out, and I'm going to roll out the second dough ball.
I could use a little bit of flour. Ooh, that was
All
scary.
right, second dough ball. Ooh, better get some flour on top of that. And you don't have to roll it out into a perfect circle, just circle-ish, because you will be correcting its shape when you're placing it on the pizza pan.
Yeah, mine was way too long. I had to rip some shreds off and do it in different places.
And it doesn't take that long to do. You will notice this is rolling out quite thin, but recall we have a tablespoon and a half of yeast in here, but also I'm shooting for more of a medium to a thin crust. Okay, that's pretty rolled out.
You're a lot faster than me.
So I got my pizza pan here, and now the fun part is the lift and plop.
Fun. Dude, how do you do it so perfectly?
Moms can do things perfectly. It's called mommy power.
Oh yeah, good for you.
All right, and let's just clean this area a little bit here. It's a little floury in here, and I don't mean in the floral sense. Okay. Now, we're both just gonna shape our dough more to our respective pizza pans. We are both using a large pizza pan. And then let's recall we want to have the edges thicker doughed than the sides, because we are going to make the nice pizza crusts to hold on to that you see in the restaurants. Shoo, fly. We have a pasture of cows out back, so they gave us the gift of flies. For a while, we had some eastern phoebe birds nesting and having babies out on our back patio, and that was a blessing because we had so little flies then. We almost forgot flies existed, but they had 2 different broods, and now they're all gone, and their nest is vacant, and the flies have returned. Because eastern phoebe birds are fly catchers. We also have a beautiful pair of scissortail flycatchers that live in the trees out behind our backyard, but they're not close enough to the house to make that much of a difference in the fly population. Okay, what Rachel and I are also doing is we are bringing the crust out over the edge of the pan a bit. All right, so, and that's just a temporary maneuver in this delicate operation of making holding handles for our pizza, so you have something to hold on to when you eat your slice. So once you have it hanging over the edge like so, you're now going to fold it in. So we're making the outer circumference of the crust. And it doesn't have to be the perfect thickness. It's okay if part of the pizza is a bit thicker on its crust, and if part of it is a bit thinner, that's fine. Okay, now I got it all folded in, so I'm just going to go along and just squish the edge that I just folded in, just push it into the dough. And it's not going to want to stick too terribly much because it's still coated in the olive oil, which by the way is a nice little flavor enhancer, but it's going to stick enough to do what I need it to do. So.
I'm just
Go around and pop that on.
I'm starting to fold my edges.
And my mighty apprentice over here is starting to work on her edges. I have much more years of pizza making experience under my proverbial belt than she does.
Proverbial, what does that mean?
Oh, well, we shall have a date with the dictionary.
Oh, good for us.
Okay, and it's okay if some of your crust is a bit paper thin, even a bit see-through, because that's going to handle itself. The crust will arise in the oven. So I'm just giving my hands a bit of a rinse. All right. Now, while she's finishing up on her crust, I'm going to show you the next step that we do in our crust preparation. All right. So I'm going to grab some goodies here.
About halfway done folding.
Okay, and then on top of the crust, let me grab one more thing. Hello there.
Hello.
So on top of the crust, we like to sprinkle some goodies on it. So first, we want a little bit, we want a little bit of garlic powder. Don't go crazy on that. We don't want super stinky breath people who dine on your exquisite pizza delicacy.
Exquisite.
So sprinkle on some garlic powder.
That smells good.
And then you're going to sprinkle on some grated Parmesan cheese. Always shake it before I open it because grated Parmesan cheese tends to want to clump. And I'm more liberal with the grated Parmesan cheese. Recall, grated Parmesan cheese does have a salty taste to it. So you don't need to be putting any salt on the crust. Pepper you can if you'd like. I don't. All right, and then you want either oregano seasoning or a mixed Italian seasoning. And I just use whatever I grab just to put on top. All right. And these are going to stay out because I'm going to bring them over here for my daughter to use because she's almost to that point. And I'm also going to put these in the homemade pizza sauce. So I'm going to go ahead and set the crust to the side while she's working on the second pizza. I need to find a handy dandy bowl.
Almost done folding.
This bowl is bigger than what I'd like, but the bowl I'd like to use I think is in the dishwasher right now. Then I need a can of pizza or tomato sauce. And where is my tomato paste?
It's in a small can.
Oh, did we use it up and not buy any more?
I think so.
Okay. Normally we would also grab a small can of tomato paste. I thought I had a can left, but I can't find it. So we will just get a little creative here. The pizza sauce, very simple. Alright, so you put in a regular size can of tomato sauce. And then normally to that I would put in a small can of tomato paste. We are apparently out of tomato paste. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to grab a bit of white sugar and I'm going to put that in the tomato sauce to just bring down the acidic content a bit. And I would say maybe that was like a teaspoon and a half to 2 teaspoons worth. Alright. A lot of people also will do that with their spaghetti or lasagna or even chili. Sometimes you put in like a teaspoon or 2 of white sugar to act as a seasoning. I'm going to put away my beloved olive oil. Okay, let's put the sugar back. It's good to put things away when you are done with them so you don't have a disaster kitchen. Alright, on top of that I'm going to add some more oregano or Italian seasoning. I'm just putting some in until it looks pretty, so not measuring. And then same with Parmesan, just kind of putting a little thin layer on top. And then garlic powder, again, just sprinkling a bit, but not as much as the other 2 ingredients.
Almost done with my crust.
And I like to just mix it with a good old tablespoon. Since there's no tomato paste in here, it's going to mix quicker and it's going to be thinner in consistency. If there were tomato paste in here, it would look more like the jars or cans of pizza sauce that you can buy in the store and have a bit of a thicker consistency. If you do add the tomato paste, you're going to have to mix a bit longer to get it to meld with the tomato sauce. Alright, so I like to mix with the tablespoon because my tablespoon is going to double as my spreader. So I'm gonna put approximately half of this homemade pizza sauce on top of my pizza. And then the rest is gonna come over here for my daughter. She's now putting the seasonings and goodies on her pizza crust. All right, and then see, I'm just using the back of this tablespoon to spread around the sauce. All right, now it is time to decide on toppings. I know that I'm gonna want some onion and bell pepper for starters. Are you gonna have any onion and bell pepper on your pizza?
Maybe some onions.
Okay.
A bit of onion, like half the amount you're gonna do.
Well, let's see.
I have a plan. Alright, just got your Italian seasoning, then I can put my sauce. I'll open up my chicken in a minute. What? What is that?
I don't know. All right, I can't find my bell pepper. I think I used it up in a recent stew. So I got these weird peppers that my husband picked up the other day when he went grocery shopping with us. I don't know what this is, but it's going on my pizza.
Ooh, is it a banana pepper?
I don't know, banana, poblano, ooga booga, I don't know.
Banana
It's,
peppers are yellow.
something.
I love banana peppers. I gotta put these back.
All right, and my 13-year-old is waving at me. Yes, sir.
Dad says those peppers are very spicy.
Oh,
Okay,
I'm not putting
good.
any
The
on
pepper is real spicy,
No,
so
mine.
that's definitely going on my pizza.
I don't know. Spicy
So.
is horrible.
I love spicy.
This is definitely more liquidy than when we use tomato paste.
Yes,
You know,
indeed.
I already know my toppings are going to be yummy.
This is a little tiny onion, and I am doing red onions because that's the onions I have in the fridge. As for what kind of pizzas we make, it varies. I mean, a lot of it depends on if we have leftovers of certain stuff. We do have some leftover pasta in the fridge, but I think pasta on top of pizza
would be
might just be a
weird.
little bit too weird. If we had leftover meat, any kind of meat, even ground beef, chicken, any leftover meat would get cut up and put on the pizza, but we don't have any leftover meat. I live in a house of mega meat eaters, so leftover meat is rare. We have some tuna fish, but I think we will refrain from putting that on the pizza.
That would be gross.
I'm just going to cut up this whole onion. If we use it all, fabulous. If not, the rest can go into a little baggie and back into the fridge.
I'm almost done with my sauce.
Okay.
And I already have a plan for my toppings.
All right, so the onion side will be over here. And then I'm going to get ready to work on the mystery pepper.
Ugh. None of that is going
Oh
on
my
mine.
gosh, it smells good.
Spicy is the worst.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, smell that. That smells great.
It
Oh,
smells
wow.
like a pepper.
That's going to smell so good when it's cooking in the oven.
I'm going to open up my can.
Okay. All right, so it looks like she grabbed some canned chicken, huh?
I need a can.
Okay. Oh, yes.
Where it at?
Can opener is over there right now. Small kitchen problems, appliances share pop plugs, so the can opener had to give up its spot so that my KitchenAid mixer could be plugged in. Alright, I'm thinking I'm not going to want a whole lot of the seeds from this pepper in, since it is a pepper I'm unfamiliar with. A little bit of seeds I'm going to let go in because that's fun. I like spicy. Oh my gosh. I'm salivating over the thought of having spicy on my pizza. Mmm.
Oh, that smells spicy. It looks
Oh my gosh,
like
it
a
smells so good.
banana pepper, but a bit daikon yellow.
Yeah, I don't know what this is. See, that's the fun part. When your husband gets groceries with you, things show up in your grocery cart. They just magically appear, and you don't always know what they are.
Alright, I got a drink.
So some seeds will be welcome, but a lot of the seeds will not, since I am not familiar with this mystery pepper.
Alright. The toppings I'm putting on is canned chunk chicken, pepperoni, and maybe some onions. And barbecue sauce.
Okay. Oh yeah, you can do a barbecue sauce drizzle on top
Oh.
like Pizza Hut does?
Yes. I love
Okay.
that. I'm having a piece of chicken.
All right, and these peppers are about cut to how I want them. My husband would probably want them diced really, really tiny, so I'm compromising. I'm dicing them smaller than I would normally do, but I'm not making them minced.
I'm opening up the pepperonis.
And I don't know how much of these peppers I'm going to use. I guess I need to eat one and see how it tastes. Would you like to eat one with me?
Okay, we're
See?
doing it at the same time.
Okay.
Let me open this. Haha, that pepperonis open. I'm having one. Alright,
All right. Would you like some seeds?
I would not.
Okay. All right. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Tastes like a bell pepper. Uh-huh. Okay, that's not spicy.
Wait, let's try seed.
Okay,
That might be different.
we're gonna try seeds.
It's not spicy either. It does taste like a bell pepper.
The mystery pepper is not spicy, and it tastes like bell pepper.
It's like a yellow
And I
bell
wanted
pepper.
bell pepper on my pizza, so it's mystery bell pepper tasting pepper is what we've come down to.
I'm still not using it because I don't like bell peppers.
Oh, precious.
Bell
Precious.
peppers are picky. They're like bitter and juicy. Alright, I'm gonna get the cheese.
Yes, we are ready for the cheese. So yeah, we want that as well.
And then all those. Not the mozzarella
Not
cheese.
that.
I don't got that.
Yeah, we want to finish that one up.
I need barbecue
Okay.
sauce.
The string cheese we're not going to use. We're not going to do stuffed crust. All right. This one has 1 cup in it. This is Italian style. And this one's got 2 cups in it, Italian style. I like using this instead of straight up mozzarella because it's got mozzarella in it, but it's also got provolone, Parmesan, Romano, Fontina, and Asiago cheese. And wow. So I buy Italian cheese instead of just plain mozzarella.
Should I use this?
Yes, you want to start off with this on there first?
Okay.
All right. So you want me to save you a half cup, so we each do a cup and a half of this?
Okay.
Okay. So we're going to do a cup and a half of the Italian Italian cheese blend. Open! There we go.
This cheese is delicious.
I know, it's fabulous. This is also the cheese I like to put on our lasagna.
Yeah.
So let's get that cheese on there. Ooh, clumpy.
Yeah, it's very clumped together.
And we do like cheesy pizza.
Everyone likes cheese.
So you see, pizza night and do homemade pizza, you just do it on the fly. So we're in the middle of making the sauce. Whoops, we don't have tomato paste, okay? So we'll make sauce without tomato paste. We'll improvise, see? What kind of toppings we're going to put on? Well, let's look around the kitchen and just decide. I'm putting on the mystery pepper as one of my toppings. I was wondering what I was going to do with that. I guess it can also go into salad.
I'm almost done with my cheese.
Okay, and here's the rest of the Italiano for you.
Okay.
Now I'm going to push this over to the edges. Right, and then I'm going to move to mild cheddar. Because and then usually the other cheese I do on here in conjunction with the Italian cheese is I'll either do a mild cheddar or I will do a Mexican type of 4-cheese or Fiesta blend. I have the Fiesta blend, but we need to use up the rest of this mild cheddar, so we are going to do that.
Mild cheddar is my second favorite cheese.
Yeah, it's good. So yeah, we do quite a combination of cheese. We don't do all mozzarella, nor do we do all Italian blend. We also like to put in some cheddar and or Fiesta blend as well. But it's mostly the Italian cheese. So
Almost done.
it's looking good.
Yeah. There we go.
And I don't know how well the camera's picking it up, but if you're seeing that boo-boo on my arm, just ignore that. That is actually a little mole or something on my arm. I don't know what it is, but I decided to eradicate it, so I'm getting rid of it with vinegar. So it's in the process of doing its thing. All right, my cheese is on,
And you see the smile.
and my phone just made the sound of me being texted. So woo, that's exciting. So while my daughter is cheesing her pizza, I'm just gonna go check that text.
cheese. It's all on there.
Hi, that was my husband asking what's for supper. So I told him homemade pizza and it's about to go in the oven. So, woo, we got to roll. All right, toppings time. I got the cheese, onions, and I am doing red onions. Yes, you can, did you put the cheese back?
I threw it away. It's all gone.
Oh, that works too. And then the other cheese that we got out just in case can go in later.
And we use turkey pepperoni. It's healthier.
Yes, we prefer to do the turkey pepperoni instead of pork pepperoni. So, and we will both be putting pepperonis on our pizzas. So my pizza is ending up being onion, mystery pepper, and turkey pepperoni pizza.
Mine's probably going to be turkey pepperoni, chicken, barbecue sauce, and maybe a bit of onion.
Notice the lack of vegetables on someone's pizza.
Mom, meat is the best. Okay.
So now I'm putting on the mystery pepper. I've been known to make just full veggie pizzas. I love vegetables. And my love of vegetables helps ensure my family gets veggies because I especially like to serve up squash as side dishes with a lot of our meals. But on pizza night, it's all pizza. All pizza. Woo! All right.
The acorn squash you make is good.
Yeah, everybody pretty much likes the acorn squash. All right, I'm going to move these onions over here for you.
Yeah, I'll probably use those.
All right, and I'm about to steal some pepperoni from your stash. Ooh, a text.
Pepperoni is
Oh,
like
I got a
the
text. Oh, I got a text.
best. No, you did not. Not if you said it like that.
All right. Okay, pepperoni.
Here you go. I'm done with that.
Thank you, little lady. So, turkey pepperoni time.
Alright, I need a fork for my chicken. Yeah. The fork just makes it hard. I just use my hands are clean.
Yeah, that's fine. The fork's handy if you want to break up the chunks smaller, but if you want to keep them chunky, then you might as well use your hands.
This is a huge chunk, but I'm putting it on, so it's yummy.
Oh dear. I think I know what slice of pizza she's having.
Yes, yes you do. I'm putting another big chunk over there. I want the big chunks, they're the yummiest.
Okay, I think I about have enough pepperonis. Yummy. Alright. So here's what my pizza looks like before being cooked.
Oh.
The oven is preheated, so we're going to just have my daughter finish putting on her toppings, and then the pizzas are going in the oven.
Alright, and this is my pizza. I put a barbecue drizzle and a swirl coming out from the middle, and yeah, so it's mine.
So I'm going to bake these at 500 degrees. One pizza will be on the middle shelf, the other pizza will be on the shelf beneath that. At about 5 to 6 minutes in, I'm going to take both the pizzas out and swap their positions. So now that pizza that was on the bottom will be on the top, and the pizza that was on the top is going to be on the bottom. And then I'll let that go anywhere from 4 to 7 more minutes depending on doneness of crust and light brownness of cheese. So I'm looking for the crust to be done, and I like the cheese to start getting that light brown look to it. So 500 degrees, approximately 10 minutes, give or take a few minutes, and then the pizzas will be cooked. And the pizzas are fresh out of the oven, so I'm going to let them cool for a few minutes before I slice them. So this is the one that I made, and this is the one that my daughter made. So in a few minutes, we will go ahead and get these sliced. Alright, so here's my pizza, all nice and sliced. And my daughter's just finishing up slicing her pizza. And it is time to serve supper. Let me go over here next to me.
Yeah.
Get over here!
Mom, you can't see me. I need to be seen.
Okay, you're over there and I'm over
Yes,
here.
okay. A beautiful ball of dough.
It's a beautiful ball of dough.
Ooh, I've never used this one.
There, I just pointed, meaning that's the end of that clip. But I can't turn it up because I'm all slimy.
I'll turn it off.
Okay, just don't move the camera because that's perfect. Yeah, say.